that on my mind to do that. I got you. Distracted me from some of my time. I got you. Please call the one. Mr. Jones, will you open us up a little prayer?
Coming in hot, asking me to pray. Gotta get Jesus back on my mind now. Dear Lord, thank you for this day. Thank you for being with us and walking with us through the day, Lord. I pray that you just stay with us through this meeting. Help us all to do county business to your liking, Lord. Help us all to represent the citizens and be with anybody that's having issues throughout their week, Lord. And we ask all these things in your name. Amen.
Amen. Motion to approve the agenda.
So moved.
Motion is second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion to approve the minutes. So October 6th. We have a motion.
Second.
And a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Recognition.
Mr. Chairman, abstention.
I'm sorry.
I wasn't here,
Okay.
so I'm abstaining.
Recognition of the public. Ms. Laura.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Laura Baker, 44 ED Wade Road, Portland. First of all, I want to thank you, Mr. Chairman, for putting the Brown House Ad Hoc Committee back on the agenda for this month. For those of you who don't remember, or should say, I'll tell you what happened. After the meeting, I approached Commissioner Schmidt after the meeting and asked him, we had a long discussion over the membership of the ad hoc committee, and there was a lot of debate going back and forth about a new committee versus adding people to the committee and all that kind of thing. And I approached Commissioner Schmidt and asked him if we could compromise and just merge the proposed new committee together with the old membership too. I think that would show really good faith effort that we're all trying to work together here on something that's important to the whole county. And then afterwards, I approached the chairman and asked him about that. He agreed to put it back on the agenda. And I just really want to thank you all sincerely for living up to that commitment. And I hope you will consider that. His points were made last month. And motions made that there's been a lot of work on this project, and there's a lot of passion about it, and I think it's great to bring the old crew in with the new crew and bring some new and fresh ideas. So I sincerely hope you'll consider that, and I appreciate the discussions that I was able to have with the two commissioners. Thank you so much.
Jim Loudon, 1578 Latimer Lane, Hendersonville, Tennessee. Here to talk about the Brown House. Again, as I always do, I'd like to acknowledge Mr. Brown's gift to the county. It's a wonderful gift. It will certainly open up things in the future for learning about our past in this county. We have an opportunity here to get this house preserved, and it can be a tremendous resource in Sumner County and Middle Tennessee. There's so much history tied to that house, dating back to Mayflower Revolution, Tennessee history. There's so much history tied into that house. Located on the campus of that school, kids can go over there and look and learn about where they came from, what happened before they came, what happened here in Tennessee. It's just a wonderful opportunity to preserve a piece of the past for the future of our county. I'd like to thank everyone who's been involved in working to preserve the house. I guess since we just had the World Series, we could have a little baseball analogy here. So Mr. Brown steps up to the plate, he gets a base hit, goes to first base. Then you got somebody else come up, they get a hit. The national history moves him to second base. Third, local history moves him to third base. You guys are in the batter's box, let's bring it home.
Did you understand what he was talking about? Well played. Good.
Now I get back on track after that. That's a good one. Michael Clark, 102 Tioga Trail, Hendersonville. We've lived there 34 years, right beside the school and Mr. Brown's former property. First 2 years we lived there, our youngest was a toddler, and time, we're coming up on our 250-year anniversary, and this house is gonna be excluded from that because nothing has been done. And that's a lot of history that could have been incorporated into this, 250-year anniversary. I also, agree that the two, ad hoc committees should be going. And if anybody's got a problem with me being on it, you can take me off of it, that's fine, that's not gonna hurt my feelings. I'll be available to help any group, anywhere, move this along. Thank you.
Ms. Spencer?
Diane Spencer, 11 Wendell Drive, Captions. I'm just here and want to see the brown house, preserved, and looking forward to seeing that happen soon. And I hope everybody can work together and get this moving.
Thank you. Ms. King?
Like the Kingsville 8 Village Green Crossing, if you don't mind, I hope my daughter has something to read about this. Her name is Brenda King, same address.
I think we as a community should make this a short site for everyone to enjoy. Thank you so much for this.
So we just value the history that goes with it. I'm a historic site interpreter at the Douglas Clark House, and I recognize the value in this house, and I hope that y'all will do the right thing to get this moving and going. Thank you.
Report of the chairman, I guess my part is gonna be down in the old business, so I'll move on to the report of, finance director.
You guys have all of the updates for this month, and I'll just go over a couple things. Brown House RFQ that opens next Thursday, not this Thursday, it'll be next Thursday on the 13th, yes. And then we just, this past Thursday, had the courtroom 5C build out bid opening. Those, that low bid will go to budget next week to be presented to see if we move forward with that or not. And then the other big thing, the courthouse, the old courthouse renovation application is due this Friday. We've been working on that. The phase 1, which is what this potential grant's going to cover, is mold remediation and encapsulating the basement and fixing the drainage. Phase 2 will be to prep for tenants based on a potential subcommittee that could be formed later on, and that's how that's going to be presented as far as the application goes. And other than that, do you guys have any questions on any of the projects?
The courtroom 5C is the bid you're talking about for the architecture?
No, that bid is for construction.
So is there a design already for the, okay. I don't remember catching that.
Yes,
Yes, I had a question on the hollows, and I think Commissioner Jones and I may have had the same question.
That's what I was.
I think not last month, but the previous month, there was, I think, it went over 1-point-something million for the project, and we're just kind of wondering, we agreed to $750,000, I think, in the very beginning, so kind of want to know why that's running so much over.
Well, and there was 2 phases also. Was it all not wrapped into one for $750,000?
Yeah.
Like we agreed to.
I can't answer the question of why it was broken up. I was not here during that time frame. So
Is there any way we could get someone, I know Josh Sutter, who's no longer with us, but someone from that department maybe can come here next month and kind of just give us a rundown?
Mayor.
Yeah, the bids came in over the original price, so they had to break it into 2 phases. The first phase was what it was in that budget year, and then we allocated in this next budget year for that second phase. So what you're seeing here is just phase 1. one.
Phase one.
Yes, sir.
So that's the 750,
Yes, sir.
almost 750. And do we know what phase two is gonna be yet?
You know, if y'all can suspend the rules.
Motion to suspend the rules.
Second.
Well, we got a question.
Yeah.
What was your question again?
I was just curious, what's the inception date on the project? Like, when did it start? I'll have to look it up, I don't have it on me.
Now, what was that, y'all?
Suspend the rules so you can.
Motion to
We have a
suspend the rules.
motion to
I
suspend the rules.
seconded it.
All in favor? Okay.
The question was, when does phase two start? We're working through the contract right now, so I anticipate having that signed next week. So it's very, very soon.
And what was the inception of phase one? Was that?
We did that out, we had a deadline at the end of the year, so we got it bid out, contract signs, started first of the year. And the problem we had with the utilities, we had to move the water, gas, electric, and it added time, but it was first of the year, so when it started.
Two questions. We contracted that out with a separate contractor?
Yes, we did, like, we did the project, and we had, several bids, the lowest best bid.
Is this with a general or just a pipe contractor?
It's a general contract.
General contractor.
We're great utilities contract.
Okay. And so, because the storm drain work is done, I guess.
But it's almost done.
Yeah.
We're almost done with phase one.
Was there any work that was specifically issued to our highway department?
Yes. We picked out some items in the contract for the highway department. The paving, some curb work, that sort of thing.
Okay. Great, thank you.
Mr. Jones?
Originally, if I remember correctly, the initial start of this project was one of the first things that this commission did on the original GenOps committee, and it was slated, a lot of it was going to the highway committee, but Toby got really busy during storms or winter weather or something, and so that pushed the project way back, and we had to rebid it with the private contractors. So I guess you've selected some things that they still may be able to do in the future or whatever, if that makes sense. But it was all in one phase. It was just all one package deal for $750,000. So with this initial phase one of $750,000, how much will be left at the end on the phase two part? How much are we looking at?
The phase two was almost $1 million. It was $900 some odd $1,000.
So we went from $750,000 to $1.75 million in 3 years. Good grief. Is that because of having to not use our highway department, or just time and inflation?
It would have been cheaper to use the highway department than the time. Didn't have time to do it.
So what's the timeline now? And that's maybe a question for Scott, but maybe you, for finishing the whole thing, because citizens want to know when it's going to be done.
We should be done 8 to 9 months.
Total, phase 1 and 2, 8 to 9 months. Okay, so summer,
I'll say late summer, early fall this year.
Okay. All right.
Just for clarification, initially with the first year that this group was commissioners, didn't we allocate $75,000 or $80,000 to do an assessment of the hollows?
It's the design.
The design is
right that we bid out.
And that's when we came up with the 750.
Yes, I can't remember the timing. That was before.
Yeah, I remember. Commissioner Jones is right. It was one of the very first things we did was go ahead and approve the allocation of money for the design.
Right, and then we came. I believe we came back, but we had to decide we bid it out.
Correct. Okay. All right. Thank you.
Any more questions? Thanks, sir. Any more questions?
Just a quick question for you on this state route. Where is it?
258.
Thank you. estimated completion date says July of 2027. Is that including the state as well?
That's the contract requirement to be complete. We haven't hit the construction phase yet. To move into the right-of-way phase, we have to complete the reimbursement to move into that phase, and we're working with planning and the mayor to get all the signature stuff complete so we can submit for that to move into the right-of-way phase, and then we move into construction, and I'll have a better estimated completion date. But that completion date right now is just solely the contract. Just the contract. Completion date.
On that one, that was the one that we had to,
Yes.
there was an overage, you're just gonna go ahead and say yes, right? There was an overage, and we asked Hendersonville to pay for half of the overage.
Correct.
And they said yes already, or are we still waiting?
I think that we were waiting to see who was gonna talk to Hendersonville about that. I think that was the question.
I see two question marks over both of their heads, so I wanna drill down on that and see which.
No, I don't
I'm
think
dealing
you
with
were.
the library and the AFP right now.
But I knew it was spoke about. I don't think it was in this committee. But I think it was
Yeah, no, we talked
that
about it.
was talked about somebody.
We talked about it and voted on it.
Who was gonna talk to Hendersonville about it because we passed it, but nobody talked to Hendersonville about it.
Well, should we make a motion for somebody, or just ask somebody to do it, either law director or Scott to do that? What's proper, Mr. Chairman?
That's just a suggestion, I mean.
I'm gonna be asking for something I have no idea what it is. I'll need some guidance on that, because I don't know what the money
Can
was
we
all
ask,
about is.
just without a motion, for, Mr. Shamrock and Mr. Sittler just to talk about this and then give him what he needs to know to ask that question?
They're very receptive.
That way it doesn't.
Appreciate it. Yes, sir.
All right, thank you.
The bridal house, I knew that they were working on a grant. Is the grant for the full 18,000 to reach Inc.?
Yes.
Oh, great, great.
We are asking that you hold that money in reserve just in
Yeah,
case.
just in case, yeah, and that's prudent.
Any more questions, Mr. Chairman? No, thanks, sir. Appreciate it. Mayor?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Looking at the items that are on the agenda, the archive building, at this time, everything's been removed that we want to remove. We will remove additional items subject to the resolution of the election commission case. And I recommend that we remove this from the agenda until that case is resolved. And then the Millersville EMS station, I spoke with them today. The plan revisions are completed and being resubmitted to the state for approval. They're still projecting the December completion, and we'll see how that goes. Vacated Gallatin Square Courthouse, everything's been removed from the courthouse. We've gotten it cleaned up. Next month, I'm going to bring a proposal to this committee for the formation of a courthouse on the square committee to start the vision casting for what we would like to see done with the courthouse. And I'll also share more information on the mode issue and the asbestos issue. So.
Yes, Mr. Chairman, the archive building, I haven't been in there recently, so may I speak directly to the mayor?
Yes, sir.
Have we gotten all those legal filing cabinets out of there?
Not yet. No, I'm going to work to remove those in the spring.
Okay.
I've spoke with Catherine, and we're going to work to remove those. And of course, given the resolve on the election commission case, has all of the maintenance equipment back there. We'll move that to wherever they may be located. We need to get them out of the basement. And then some of the other materials we're going to be able to start moving out. And it's all predicated on the case. So we've stopped what we're doing right now until that case is resolved.
But just to let you know, I did talk to Sheriff Craddock, and he said that it's a matter of scheduling, that he could make the inmates available to move all those filing cabinets, which I personally think is appropriate, because if they're still coming here to look at that information, those filing cabinets, it'd be much better if it was up in the courthouse on the fourth floor where they are.
Right. The only problem is that we don't want the inmates going through the files.
No, yeah, absolutely not.
So it is, a bit of, they may be able to move some, but that's gonna be subject to the approval of Captain Strong.
Okay, okay, great.
Some other notes of interest, I apologize, Commissioner Klein, was it?
That's it, absolutely.
Okay. Other notes of interest, the parking lot project bid opening is November 6th for that project, so hopefully we'll be pushing forward on it. We're still waiting on the delivery of some parts, to finish up the archives HVAC, that should be going pretty quickly. The parking garage alleyway repaving, we're waiting on a survey from the city of Gallatin, which will help us on pricing and the decision-making process on that. And as Mr. Shamrock might have mentioned, we've got about $335,000, a little over that for that project. So we're hoping that it's well under that. And then the county administration building project, after speaking to the original architect, he feels that we need to bring in a firm with a little more expert opinion on that particular system. So he's in the process of putting together a list of people that we can have that can bring us options. Their basic option is to, we've got two options, either totally rip it off and start over, or just continue patchwork. When we see a leak, patch it. But he feels we need to bring somebody in with some more expertise to maybe give us some better options. Because, option one, we can't tear it down, can't tear it off and start over. I mean, there's no way we can shut this building down for 3 months. And then the other one, patchwork, I mean, we've been doing that for years. At some point, we need to fix it. So hopefully we'll have more for you next month.
Yes.
Quick question, the parking lot project, I'm drawing a blank, what parking lot is it?
Okay, 2 years ago, you allocated money, and we've been patchworking some of these parking lots, repaving them, restriping them.
Just throughout.
And now what we've decided in talking with David, let's just put together, because what's happening is we're having to rebid every one of them because it's considered a light project to meet audit requirements. So we said, well, why don't we just do one big RFP instead of tackling them one at a time? Let's just get one RFP together and get it knocked out.
And that's for parking lots.
That's for the parking lots that need to work. It's not every parking lot.
Gotcha.
Like this one's not included in.
Okay, thank you.
And that completes my report, but I'll be ready to add some stuff under new business.
Moving right along. Old business, Brown House Ad Hoc Committee formation. Our recommendation was sent over to the school board for their recommendation. I think it came out of here with Mr. King's name, and they sent us back with Cat Stewart. So far, Mr. Mayor, School Board Director Langford, Wes Wynn, School Board Representative Kathy Stewart, Jim Latimer. Is what we've got so far on the Brown Ad Hoc Committee.
I have a question.
Yes, sir.
I saw that original email where Cap Stewart was put on there,
Yes.
and then it was switched to Stephen King. So I'm unclear as to which one of
I will
the
take
school
part
board
of the
people.
responsibility for that.
Did they decide did they make a decision between the two or
School
something?
board voted to put Ms. Stewart on there. It's where all that came from. And I failed to get Mr. Sittler the proper information, evidently, so.
Okay. So for Captain Stewart, Jim Latimer, Langford, Director Langford, and Mayor Isbell.
And Mr. Jim Latimer, did you put Jim
Yeah,
Latimer down?
Jim Latimer. Wait. You got Mayor, Director Langford, West, Jim Latimer, West.
It's John Isbell, Robert Langford, Wes Wynn, School Board Representative Kathy Stewart, and Mr. Latimer.
So, I would like to offer an amendment to that tonight. and there's a few reasons. I'm going to skip over one. Ms. Baggert spoke on that. So here are my thoughts, though. After discussing that with her and giving it further thought, I felt this was a reasonable request for me to make this motion tonight. In all fairness, I believe had Commissioner Klein been present, that the vote would have likely have passed. And, you know, I'm trying to be fair here. It's not like you've missed 4 consecutive meetings. As long as I've served with you, I don't think I've ever seen you miss a meeting. However, reading the room in this case, I believe it would, reading the room, it would have passed that night. Here's the other thoughts I had wrote down, including both the previous and new members will provide balance and continuity. It ensures that any questions or concerns can be addressed efficiently and that we can move forward without unnecessary delays. As a commissioner for the 18th district here, I do not want to delay this project. I fully support seeing it restored and maintained, and I'm committed to that. However, I also believe we can save some costs, and it's not a criticism of what the work that the previous ad hoc committee has done. Non-specialized items, and I don't, mean to throw a dig at someone that does non-specialized work. It's important, but any non-specialized items like demo work, I think we could save some money. There's a few ideas, and a lot of this can be reviewed, I'm sure, at the next ad hoc committee, but I think stuff like landscape lighting, fencing, maybe we can look into getting some of the county employees to work into that. Touring the schools like I have with Dr. Langford and former Chairman Hyde, did see a lot of different, what I call trades going on at these schools where you got carpentry work, electrical work, etc.
Did we get a second or anything to your?
I don't know. I'm sorry.
What is the motion?
Okay, so the motion is tonight is to, with the names we have here, to include that with every member of the previous ad hoc committee.
Second.
And the reason why I'm doing that too is I promised the citizens, and look, they were all very respectful. And we had, my numbers might be off, but I don't think so. I think we had 8 citizens speak last month to this. And I'm only including last month because it's been one of the very few months that we've been seated on this committee. We had 5 tonight. I've known the Baggerts for over 20 years. And I've known them that if we disagree, we can discuss things civilly, and we have. And this was another issue that she came to me. I feel like she was very reasonable. I don't think anything unreasonable is here. My main concern is, that stuff, some of the costs, if we can save some money and then put that back in the trust for future issues, like, gosh forbid, a roof or any construction goes wrong with the house. I just don't want to see that all, and you and I know you mentioned grant money, we could pursue that at a later date, but just to have that extra cushion there. But I will also address a concern that raised by Commissioner Jones at our last meeting regarding the potential for this project to escalate to much higher than the $500,000. I think we cap that. We just commit to saying, look, we're not going to spend anything over this amount. The paperwork I have seen, from the,
We need to stick to.
Okay. I was just trying to,
I second
state lottery.
I second for the point of discussion. Can I get in the queue? Just
It's Mr. Young.
sure.
Mr. Young seconded.
Okay. Well, I'll give you the queue.
So, let me get this right.
Yeah, I don't
What is your motion, Mr. Smith?
My motion is, with respect to the citizen, Ms. Baker, based on what she said before, and my motion is to include the previous ad hoc committee with the new members that you present tonight.
And who was that on that original ad hoc?
Original ad hoc committee, and someone tell me, Commissioner Mansfield, Commissioner Jones, Commissioner Miller, Commissioner Klein, School Board Member Stephen King, Jim Latimer, and Mr. Mike McClard. Was 7 members on that.
Yes, I think that's right.
Can you say that one more time?
Yeah, Commissioner Mansfield, Commissioner Jones, Commissioner Klein, Commissioner Miller, School Board Member Stephen King, Mr. Jim Latimer, and Mr. Mike McLaurin. Those are two citizens.
So it'd be addition of everybody except for Jim Latimer, because he's already on the
Okay.
other one. So just to make it simple, it's
So
six.
make it
It has to
gather,
be six members.
adding six, so.
Jones, Klein, Mansfield, McLaurin, King, Miller, six.
11.
Which would be.
John, who you say?
Jones, Klein, Mansfield, Miller, McLaurin, and King. Because Latimer's already on there. So six.
It's adding 6 to the 5.
Now, on that attorney can we, as a committee, appoint somebody from the school board on this without the school board being part of it? As far as the ad hoc committee? Because I've been before the Latimer House, yes, sir, I've been told two different things, so
Here's the, as far as the makeup, you can create it however you want. However, the point I would make is that we are co-owners of all of that property. But the restrictions and requirements of the Latimer Brown House are specifically spelled out that the commission has the responsibility to maintain, bring it up to whatever standard it needs to be at, and to maintain it ongoing.
I get
So
that, that's not my question. My question is, can we put Mr. King on there without the school board's blessing?
Yeah.
If he accepts it, yes, you don't have to.
Because we've been told we could, so.
That would be an option, is to say we will have a school board member at their request, or at whoever they elect.
You could.
We gave him that, we
You
put
could-
ours on there now, but.
Mr. Jones,
He reached out to me.
Mr. Jones, did you have something?
I think you already addressed it, so that's fine, Ms. Rebecca can go ahead.
I was just saying, you could appoint Mr. King as a citizen, instead of school board member, if you so chose. So, anyway.
So, you're saying that Mansfield, Jones, Miller, Klein, and King, correct?
And McLaurin. That's six.
That's 6 plus, I think you had 5. So the 11.
So you're gonna have 11 members on there.
It's an odd number.
My thought, Mr. Chairman, too, my thought was if there was any issues or concerns addressed by mainly some of these new members that we're bringing forth tonight, they would have that opportunity in front of the people, commissioners, et cetera, that have worked previous on this, the previous ad hoc committee. They could say, look, we can answer those questions right at the table, and then we get this thing out to the floor and vote on it. Let's just, look, if there's any
We
concerns
have
or
to
anything.
take the ad hoc committee to the floor.
No, we just right here.
No, that's what I'm saying. We bring all that back here to Gen Ops, address the concerns.
All right, hang on a minute. Let's vote on your amendment first. Is this about the amendment?
Well, if nobody's I was gonna call a question, but if nobody's in the queue, we can just vote.
All right, y'all ready to vote? On the amendment only, all in favor of the amendment, Mr. Smith's amendment to add the original ad hoc committee with the new ad hoc committee?
Aye.
Raise your hands. Passes 4-3. All right. We have the main motion with the addition to the, so it's gonna be.
Mr. Chairman, could I ask a question?
Yes, sir.
And I don't know the answer, so I guess we need to go to legal. Since this, I may have just thought through my answer, but anyway, since this committee was an ad hoc committee before, ran for quite some time, are we going against our own rules?
This is a reconstitution.
That's why I was wondering, we won't be able to start the clock. They set out a month, so now it's coming, okay, I just want to make sure.
All right. So we got.
You can read them.
Hang on, I'm gonna read it. McLaurin, Mansfield, Jones, Miller, King, Klein, Mayor Isabel, Langford, Wes Wynn, School Board Representative Kathy Stewart, and Jim Lassiter. Is that correct?
Yes.
Is that how y'all want it?
It's a lot.
Y'all ready to vote?
Yes.
Yes. Yes, sir. Go ahead.
So, 11 people is a lot of people. There's a lot of cooks in the kitchen, and I think you're gonna have a hard time. But maybe not, because now looks like we're gonna add a heavy hand of commissioners, which gets away from the original intent of reconstituting, the ad hoc committee. So, I mean, if it's the will of the commission or this committee, then so be it. But I would like to amend it just from 11 to 7 members total.
Okay.
I think it's more manageable. I don't know that we even have a committee of 11 that we do our business with.
Second.
We got a motion to second, but what 7 do you want on there?
Well, sir, Mr. Chairman, typically the ad hoc committees, the chairman names those
Correct.
committees. So
Congratulations, sir.
So I would just leave it there, and, you know, I made the original motion and the original composition.
Well, that's sort of
got
going
the way down.
with the 7 original ones that well, not really, because
It's 5.
that would be, well, if I were gonna name 7, it'd be Mayor Isabel, Langford, Wynn, representative from the schools, Kathy Stewart, Jim Latimer, Mr. Klein, and Mr. Smith.
Second.
I have a question.
Yes, ma'am?
Is that your motion, Mr. Chairman?
Yes.
Second.
I have a question. So you're complaining about 11 people, but my stance on this is that you have a group of people that have done a lot of work. I know there's 6 people. Well, it was just 6 people that did a lot of work and made a lot of trips over there and did a lot of discovery. And then you have added new people. I don't understand why you would want to cut those people out because it's 11. I think everyone, like I had said before, we're supposed to be leadership for the county, and if we can't work together at 11, and you think you can work better at 7, I don't see a difference there, because I think the people that were on it actually added a lot of value, and the ones that are coming perhaps add a lot of value. I don't know, they haven't been on there. I know the mayor would know a lot about it. Mr. Langford over the school district, I'm sure he has his opinions about the property. But the biggest thing is this is a group of people that, all of us should work together, but a group of people that have worked very hard on this. And cutting people out because I don't want it to be political. I want it to be the brown house to be fixed.
It's turned in that way, Mr. General, it really has.
I understand that, but we don't have to continue that.
I understand.
So that's my thought is that, I don't understand why I'm not going to vote for 7. I'm going to stick with the 11 because I think all these mines have great value, and I'm going to.
Mr. John.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I can't support this motion either. We clearly have the votes for Mr. Schmidt's motion to pass. It's the majority rule. Anything we do to try to divvy that up is going to have to pull him over. I say we just vote on this. It's got clear support from the public. It's got a majority of this committee. We can talk about it, or we can save a lot of time. Let's go ahead and vote.
Mr. Rod.
That's easy to say. I just appointed ad hoc committee in my last committee I was able to chair. And I didn't put any fire chiefs in there for a reason. I think that ad hoc committee needs to be fair. Not even volunteer fire department, let me say it that way. I put city fire chiefs in there, citizens, and only, I think, 2 people out of government. About 3 years ago, we started a campaign that we wanted less government, more will of the people. When we look at this ad hoc committee of 11, a whole lot of government. It's a whole lot of bureaucratic red tape, a lot. And we've already heard tonight, and I'm gonna go ahead and say it, that we don't want it to be political. These last 2.5 years have been toxic in this political arena. So that's why that I think we need to go back down to the 6 that we've had in there, or the 7 that we have in there, that I have a second with.
Thank you, Mr. Smith.
Here's my take on it. Not every issue that's brought before the county commission is the same. There's some that I think we gotta be a little bit, think outside, and I'm not suggesting anyone here is thinking wrong or anything, but here's my thought. We gotta think outside the box on this issue. We've had a lot of citizens for the last several years come here wishing for this to be, restored and preserved. I respect that. It has to be. Yeah, I know, 11 people's a lot of people, I get it, but this is a unique situation from where I'm coming from. This is not like, and I don't want to sound like any other issue brought for us is less important, but in this particular case, there's a fear out there, and no matter what we say from this table, there's a certain fear from citizens that we're not going to do what we say we're going to do with this house. There's a fear that this thing is going to just be bulldozed. I mean, I can't change someone's emotions or how they feel, so it's kind of why I want to leave it at 11, bring any concerns to the previous ad hoc committee, like can we cut costs on like I said, non-specialized items, anything like that we can address. Work with y'all and say, hey, look, we have the bids here that we've seen. Can you work with us? And I don't want to sound like it's sides, but just to get this moving, can you work with us to say, hey, would you be willing to, put the fence maybe on hold, landscape lighting? Would you be willing to? We also would like to know, identify what this house is going to be used for. Can you let us know what the plans are for that house?
Okay.
I know, I get it, this is just a unique, and finally, I'll just wrap up and say, with the HVAC, do we need HVAC in there, if, depending on the price? And I get, we've got to move through this, but this, again, is a unique, different kind of thing that we're dealing with, and I just want that on the record for the previous ad hoc committee to know where I'm coming from.
Mr. Winters?
Yeah, so I think comments of Commissioner Jones earlier, we've got the votes, let's just move on. That is the biggest concern with the additional 6, is they've got the votes, let's just move on. That's the mindset. I mean, I even went back today and was looking through just the ad hoc committee meetings, and I was shocked to find that only one meeting actually has minutes posted for the public. They've met 4 times by my count.
I don't think that's a true statement.
That is a very true statement. If you want to take a minute and look on the website, you can find that yourself. But we're not going to bicker here. I'm just going to make my comment. So 3 meetings, the last 3 meetings, there are no minutes. There's no records. Also, too, the last general office meeting before the committee changed over was one of the last general office meetings before the committee's changed over. General office authorized the ad hoc committee to act autonomously, just to do whatever they want to do with the finance department directly, to totally bypass this committee. So there's been a lot of just really concerning behavior and actions taken that we're going to walk right back into. And I don't think it's going to be a good configuration and a good committee composition.
Mr. Jones and then Mr. Rogers.
Call the question.
Second.
And the question is on Mr. West Wynn's amendment. You want to restate your amendment?
Take it to 7.
Taking it to 7 with the composition that you had stated.
All right, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Raise your hand. That's 3. All against?
No.
Calling the question? They're not going to call the question?
Oh, yeah. Call the question. Yes.
I'm just making sure.
Everybody call the question.
Thank
Raise
you,
your hand.
Commissioner Rogers.
Now, to the amendment, in favor of Mr. Wynn's amendment. Vote aye.
Aye.
All opposed?
No.
4 to 3. All right, back to the 11. The main motion. Y'all ready to vote on that? We can whip this
Second.
horse all night long, man. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All Opposed?
No.
4-3. In favor. All right. You get to make that part of the motion. All right.
So I think,
You
other members, yes.
Oh, you got that? Okay. All right. All right. Next item on the agenda is crosswalk. You got some information on that, Mayor?
Yeah, this color-coded sheet is a proposal that's going to be presented to finance. Basically what it spells out is what the city has contributed to the project, how much the city owes us, and how much we owe the city. And the city has estimated the crosswalk at $150,000. And the way it's going to be structured, this will happen after budget approves it. We'll draft the agreement with the two legal teams. Anything over or anything under that $150,000 that come under budget, that money will come back to Sumner County. But they will take over the project, and then they will pay to Sumner County the $700. My apologies, I left my glasses at my desk. 703. So they will write. We've come to this agreement. They'll write us a check for $703,000. Take over the crosswalk project, which is our obligation. Budget $150 for that. And then if they come under budget on that project, we'll get any of that money returned to us. And then we will be finished with this.
Motion. We have a motion, we have a second. Second. Motion is second. Any comments, questions?
Just
Mr. Klein.
Yeah, I was having trouble following the numbers because the number in red, 461, 482, 50. That's permit or plan check and permit fees that they are waiving. Is that correct?
Total fees waived, 407.
407.
Yeah, the total invoices are all of those numbers.
Okay, so the fees waived at the bottom is 407.
Yeah. What was in yellow is all waived.
Why was the outstanding fees not waived? I'm just curious.
They feel those are still owed. The jail addition, that was from very far back at the original part of the project. They've invoiced it. We've never paid it. So those fees are due the $32,000.
Okay.
And then they feel that all the temporary CO fees are due at $21,000.
Okay,
Yeah,
so that's
those together, that's $54,000 in outstanding fees.
okay. And those the $3,000 for a temporary certificate of occupancy needs to be paid every 3 months. Is that what I'm understanding here?
No, that was every month. Or, excuse me, yes, every quarter.
Every quarter.
Yeah.
That's such a strange thing.
Yeah. It was every quarter, and that will stop at this agreement. So it will not be continued to be billed while they complete the crosswalk project. They will stop the billing on that.
And the temporary certificate of occupancy was because we don't have the crosswalk done. And are we certain that it was part of our responsibility?
The crosswalk, yes.
Okay.
Yeah, that was our responsibility.
It was all in the original documents.
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't know. I mean, there were so many things done back then that were on a handshake. I was wondering if anybody verified that.
It was on the original plans.
Oh, well.
So we verified it.
Okay. So, well, I would think they could waive that one, but that costs them nothing.
Would you like to make a motion?
I would like to make a motion that we waive the temporary certificate of occupancy numbers.
Is that ours to waive? I'm
To
sorry.
ask them to waive.
Ask them to
temporary
waive
CO fees.
the CO fees, because it costs them nothing.
How much is that total?
That was $21,126.
Yeah, I'll second that.
Send it back to them and ask them.
We have a motion and a second.
Well, we had to get an amendment, because there's already a motion on the floor, right?
Yeah,
That's your amendment.
yeah, that's my amendment.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, to keep this kind of lingering, I think, you know, let's just get this done, you know, we can get it done. And it's $21,000 it's a decent sum of money, but it's not like lending hundreds of thousands of dollars. And we're letting $21,000 just stand in the way of us recouping $702,000. I think in this instance, this has lingered for long enough. Let's just get it done.
This is probably why we didn't want to put 11 on that committee. But anyway, go ahead, Mr. Ryan.
Well, I get it. So I just want to make sure I'm right. If we send this back, legal, if we send this back to the city with this request at $3,000 a month, I mean, I did go to school in Portland on top of the ridge, but it could take us
$3,000 a quarter.
Is it $3,000 a quarter? A quarter.
Yeah.
1,000. So if we go, we're going to finish out this quarter because the holidays are here, and then we roll into January for government work. That's probably going to charge us that quarter at least. So we're going to spend another $6,000 maybe to get out of 21.
Why would it take
Because they're going
6 months to figure out?
Well, they're going to charge us for the end of this quarter and the beginning of 26 when we roll into January.
For 1 month of an answer?
It's probably about 2-ish.
This is a settlement, I mean, it may have to go through commission to vote on, so we're looking at 60 days.
At least. So I mean, I guess I'm trying to say,
6,000 to get 21,000.
is it really worth it? Plus, we'll spend $21,000 in jail for toilet paper. Let's go ahead and take it here and save it. And I'm fine with it, Mr. Chairman. It's just, this costs them nothing. Well, it costs them nothing. All they did is they re-up every quarter and say another $3,000. It costs them nothing. Why are they charging us for something that costs them nothing?
Mr. Ryan.
We charge a lot for nothing in the county, in government. Let's just look at government. It don't cost us anything extra to earn on the building for 5 people, or as it does 20 people. But we tax based on 20 people. So I think we just need to go ahead and take it and move on.
What's the motion on the floor?
Right now, it's to take the counter offer back, that's the amendment to the motion.
To waive the 21 day.
And I'm assuming it got a.
You got a second.
I second it.
Go ahead.
I have a question. That was the counter offer. Can you, read the original offer, Mr. Mayor or Mr. Law Director?
The mayor apparently is the one that's been negotiating this, because this is all new.
Just to refresh everybody's memory.
Yeah, so the total that Sumner County is gonna pay is that's gonna come to us is $703,420.25. Through this project, the city of Gallatin has waived $407,406.50 in their fees.
No, I'm sorry. Let me rephrase it. This was the counter offer, them giving this, right? You're saying reject the counter offer is what you said, and ask.
I said we're making a counter.
You're making
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought you said something else. I just wanted clarification.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
just to clear this up,
I
my
thought there was a
understanding
first
is
one.
it's a check for
This is the
that,
first.
and they do the crosswalk.
And they take over the project of the
Yes.
crosswalk at $150,000.
And $3,000 a quarter. I mean, well, huh? Their baby. All right.
I'm gonna retract my second.
Yeah, so they retract. Says Gallatin agreed with you on this?
Yes.
Okay, I just want to ask.
Yeah.
My opinion, I'm not voting, my opinion would be to move forward.
We have no second, so.
Okay.
We can vote. Let's vote.
What's the motion on the floor then?
To accept
this.
Now I know why Mr. Hyde got some.
Second.
No, not really.
And know that this will be on the budget committee and then go to the full commission, so.
Y'all ready to vote?
Yeah.
All in favor say aye.
Aye. Nay.
All opposed?
Nay.
One. Again. All right, next thing on the agenda, Cottontown flood mitigation. John, you got something on that also?
Marshall, if you'd like to suspend the rules, he could probably talk to it better than I. He had to explain it.
Motion second, all.
Aye.
The Cottontown floodplain mitigation strategy, we legislated $100,000 that appropriated to the budget to purchase Highway 25 that floods. And so this is go through the process to acquire.
So moved. Mr. Chairman.
Yes, sir.
I want to explain a little bit further on this.
Did we get a?
Well, we're still not in session, because we suspended the rules.
You're correct. You don't have
He-
time on with your motion.
He may be able to add more to this, and that's okay if we leave it open. So this is something that, the previous General Operations Committee was working with, Josh Sudduth on, and then, Mr. Boyd came on also and helped with, trying to contact this person and target real areas of Cottontown that were causing bottlenecks and flooding issues, which was causing flood waters to come over the road, it was causing it to come over the church parking lot, and all that mess. So we targeted this house, and it is a dilapidated house that should have been torn down years ago, and it's built right on the creek bank. I don't understand how its basement doesn't get completely full of water every time that it floods. It's been neglected, and this would be a win for everybody to get rid of this thing and just keep that non-buildable land, because it's about to wash away itself. I just want to add more to it.
Two questions, sir. Does anyone live in the house?
No, it's not inhabited.
It's uninhabited.
Just a bunch of junk stored
And
there.
did you have an offer for this?
$60,000.
How much?
$60,000.
Oh, wow.
And then the rest was to clean up, right, to destruct and demo it and all that.
Commissioner Wynn?
Are there any other properties being considered, like maybe for later phases, or is this only one?
There's other properties in that same area, the Cottontown Baptist Church, Cottontown Church of Christ, they reached out to me as well. So
There's one
other house too, right?
I believe, yes, I believe there is.
Yeah.
The roof falling in?
Yeah, 2241.
Yeah, there is one of the houses considered, and that was included in his budget, right? He asked for money to target these places.
The $100,000, this is one we're doing now is the first one, right?
Yeah.
So next year we'll.
So there may be more phases.
Yes.
Properties, okay. All right, and then that $100,000, is that the total cost of everything? Or is it-
We're gonna buy the house and tear it down.
And are we using any kind of grant funding, or are you planning on all county funds? Because I know we had some grant funding, I think it was through TDEC for some properties there.
That was the FEMA hazard mitigation.
Correct, yeah.
So there are programs out there that obviously we can pursue, but as we change,
Have we explored those at all?
Not for this one. We thought with them agreeing to $60,000.
The property owner has to request that. We don't have the authority to go after a FEMA grant without the property owner's request.
So is this one you and I were working on Friday? I'm confused why we're here today. What is being voted on today?
I thought it went to the legislative and this had to go to the council because we're a part of the property. I thought.
Well, it would for that reason. I thought we were past that because we're openly negotiating with the guy now, right?
That's what we voted on last month, I believe, Mr. Chairman.
So, okay, we did pull the trigger on that.
On legislative committee last month. That's why I was.
Okay, then yes, I agree. This is for the acquisition part.
Correct.
Take on the real property. Gotcha. Perfect.
Mr. Chairman?
Yes, sir.
Just for clarification for Commissioner Wynn, when you go with the FEMA program, there has to be proof of flooding 3 times. And then.
Within a 10-year period.
With what?
Within a 10-year period.
Within a 10-year period, right. And then they have to figure out market value if that house was not in a flood zone, and then that is taken care of by FEMA, but we still have to kick in money to do it.
17.5%, I believe, is the number.
I think it's 12.5.
12.5, yeah.
Yeah.
Somewhere in there.
very possible we could pay more to demolish that house than what Mr. Boyd
It was
is saying now.
just a question to say.
Yeah, and I just wanted to clarify it. I'm not, I got into that really deep with originally, so.
Do we have to vote on this?
No.
For acquisition? Is this an FYI?
No, you all take care of the purchasing of property, so you need to sign off on it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Call for us.
Yeah, motion.
Second. We already got one.
Hang on a minute.
I have one more
Mr.
question.
Janone,
One more question.
go ahead. Go ahead.
At the bottom of this paper on page 21, it says construction is $100,000, includes acquisition and demolition. So instead of 60, it's an additional 40,000 to demo it.
That's what it's.
We have to explain that. I have some ladies who know, write it down.
Call them match.
You gotta bring us back to the
Yeah.
Train it.
Thank you. Thank you. Executive session. What's the motion on the floor?
I motion to approve and accept about 10 minutes ago. You wasn't happy.
Second.
And then we have a second by Commissioner Wynn, correct?
Anybody else?
Either.
This is vote.
Yeah.
There's a second to it.
All in favor say aye. All opposed? It's unanimous. All right, item number C, property acquisition.
Is that, I think that was a continuation of being wrapped around.
Approve and approve, B and C, just so we're clear on that legal, that's the best way.
Can we go back to that?
Motion to reconsider.
This is vote on, just to make sure.
Motion.
Motion by Mr. Commissioner Wynn, second by Mr. Rogers. All in favor say aye. All right. Item number D, surplus property.
Motion.
Second. Motion is second, all in favor say aye. Fine, go ahead.
Couple of, have any of these items been through the county surplus system?
They have, they've all gone through the process.
Those Isuzu trucks are fabulous vehicles, I just can't believe
Mr.
nobody in
Klein, I spoke, the road superintendent today, Mr. Ellis. That Isuzu that he has stays in the shop constantly. Costing a fortune. He said they don't have anybody around here to work on it. They have to carry it to Nashville when they have to service it.
Okay.
The
Drilling machine?
The drilling machine, he said every time you fix one leak, another leak's stuck somewhere else.
Okay.
He said it's more about 30 years old.
Okay.
All that stuff is just worn completely out. The Isuzu, I think, is 20 years old.
2011, I think, is it.
And, but
It's only got 200,000 miles. That's surprising that it's such a problem.
Well, it's probably, little things are so hard to keep up with.
all right. Yes, ma'am.
I don't know if this has to do with gov. Whatever.
Got deals.
GovDeals.com.
I was told that, the Resource Authority was offered several nice chairs from EMS. And I said, well, they have to go to gov.gov or whatever.
No, they go through our.
It's called the county,
Well, that's what I'm saying, and I didn't know that had been done, and I didn't know if, cause I was like, you all have to go through the right proper channels for that, but they were getting the new chairs from EMS, they were pretty nice, for the Resource Authority, and I didn't
They
know.
were getting them from EMS.
They were,
Well, now, we had some stuff from EMS on there last month.
No, this is different.
So
They're using the system the way you all generated it, which was let's
put it out
disperse
there.
it among the county, but
They
then go out to go.
that's what I'm asking, so they asked them if they wanted the chairs, or they brought them out there, and they said yes, so they have to present that, right?
No, it doesn't come before committee.
It's staying in the.
That's an interdepartmental thing.
Well, okay, I just wonder, because Resource Authority is really not, it's a quasi-governmental. Just asking, I didn't understand, when they said it, I said, oh, you guys have to do
I
that.
think so.
As long as they get access to it, I think they're
Y'all ready to
good.
vote?
Yep.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? It's unanimous. Next,
Motion adjourned.
Second. Aye.
Aye.